seems to me there's something extraordinary going on in Barrie, Ontario. No one seems to know exactly what I'm on.
All
Hey,
right.
bud.
Hey, bud.
Episode 2.
2.
So I know I'm super excited because I remember seeing these guys play a whole bunch before, but I want to know for you as the promoter, as like the resident house booker, why did you book these dudes?
Well, they were really radical, and they were, like, not just because of like who they were friends with,
Like us?
like us, but it was just the fact that like they were really wanting to play, and they really wanted to push themselves out there, and they wanted to make sure, like, they wanted to like really jump into the scene, and like they were ready to go. So it was kind of like, it was refreshing to have a band that was like, to go like right now.
I think I'd like to introduce our special guest for this episode. Give it up for Ink.
Living in this world of sin, let the fun and games begin.
All right, so welcome to episode 2, my guys. Could you introduce yourselves? Who are you and what do you do?
All right, I'm Nathan. I play drums in the band.
I'm Isaac. I play the guitar. I'm Wyatt, and I orchestrate this whole entire thing. I play bass and I sing.
And I'm the singer songwriter. I'm the creative force.
I'm pretty much
Who is Ink?
I am Ink. We were originally going to be called Wyatt and the Boys, but there was some creative disagreement, so we chose to go with something else.
Right, but like before the pandemic hit and everything shut down and life changed entirely, you were like one of the newer bands that were on the scene. So like, give us a quick recap. How did you become a band?
Well, it started with these guys back in grade 12?
Yeah.
It was always an acoustic thing. And then they entered for the Barrie Battle of the Bands, not expecting to get actually in it, but it happened. So then they kind of pulled me in because they were going to be the only acoustic band at the show. And I had a drum kit in my basement. I wasn't even really playing drums, but they asked me to start. And yeah,
We would be jamming, and then we would be like, Nathan, just hop on drums. And Nathan would hop on drums for like 2 minutes. And then he'd be like out of breath. And he'd be like, I'm not doing this anymore. And then, eventually he just picked it up, and it stuck. And it stuck. It really sucks, the whole COVID thing, though. It really, really sucks because I feel like we were gaining like a lot of traction. We were feeling really, really good, right? But glass half full, right?
I remember like everything leading up to it. So like almost a year now, like when Gillian and I would be in the store, she'd ask like what's Wyatt doing, or like what is Ink doing? And you guys put all this work and effort into creating like an EP, Squid Life Crisis, and then you had to release it during a pandemic where there are no live shows. So what has that been like?
Well, it didn't get as much traction as we were hoping, but I feel like if we had to get like shows in when we did release it, it would have been a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we also waited a long time on that. I think we recorded it like almost a full year before it actually came out.
It took a long time.
It was a long process.
At the end of the day, there will be nothing to say. You waited through it all the way, my darling. At the end of
Like you can hear so many, like there's Blink-182, there's Seaway, like there's something about, like, would you guys consider yourselves a pop punk band or a rock band? Like I know people have like talked about it before. Like what do you guys consider yourselves?
It's hard to say. Especially at the start, we were definitely more pop punk. Even like some of the stuff we didn't record, but we played at the Fox and we did shows. It was a lot faster and on the punkier side, but we've been starting to transition a little bit. I don't know if you'd call it rock, but
We don't know.
yeah,
That's the answer.
we never know.
We hear
what to
from other
call it.
people saying, like, you hear how important it is to have a genre to kind of like go by to be able to, in situations like this, be able to say, well, we make this sort of music and how important that is. But I think that we all just we all have such different taste in music that when we come together, it's kind of
it's hard to call it one thing.
It's hard to call it one
It's hard
thing
to call it one
because
thing.
maybe if Wyatt comes to me with an idea and we roll with that, the song turns out sounding differently than if it were the other way around. Nathan came to us or I came to them, kind of thing. So it kind of varies in between the songs.
I feel like the next stuff that's going to come out is going to be fairly different from the Squid Life Crisis EP.
In what way?
It's gonna be all acoustic, no drums.
Yeah, I'm not arguing what he's saying. I'm just trying to, because like how I feel is that it's gonna be, oh God, I feel like every band says this ever, but like it's gonna be different.
Yeah.
But I feel like every band says that when they're releasing a new album. This one's gonna be different, but like it is.
Yeah, like the difference before with writing is most of the time we had an idea and we all wrote the song together. But lately, we each listen to our own thing, but you can tell who wrote what kind of thing. Like it's very specific to the person who's writing the song. And then we bring it to the group and then we all make our parts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel
Are
like.
you all living together?
How long have we lived together?
No, like, do you all live together?
Oh, yeah.
Besides Matthias, is
Yeah.
the three of us, yeah.
But the three of us, yeah, we have nighttime cuddle sessions, we all together,
Good. That's good for the band.
and we snuggle.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, no, like that's something that like a lot of bands right now, like they can't have. You know what I mean? Like that's one thing that you guys are really grateful for, because literally being in a pandemic where like you can't see anyone, like you can't do anything, or like that's like, are you guys going to be ready for like, it's going to be a little stressful at first when when shows start to happen again.
I feel like even if you give us 3 months in advance,
That would help us so much. That's what motivates us, is having a show coming up. That's when we really buckle down. And like we have new stuff that we want to try, but without having something to play it at, it's hard to really stick to practicing them.
it's gonna be so weird though, because even if like I think that's what's cool about us is that because we've done it in the past where it's like, say like the Monday Friday situation. I feel like that's when we're the best that we are, because we're so caught off guard. We don't have time to make up stuff to stay on stage. We don't have time to make up too much about what are you doing during this part and blah 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 and how's it gonna go, whatever. I think that Ink's always been kind of the band where respectfully, as serious as we take it, we don't, but we do, if that makes sense. And I think that comes across when we're live on stage and we're doing our performances. And I think that in 2021, that's what you're going to see. Like, to be honest, like you're going to see in so many bands, I think especially us, because we've always done it, is just a very on the spot improv, like, very, very improv on the spot, rolling with the punches. We don't really know what we're doing, but we want to respect people's hard-earned money when they, pay for the tickets to the shows and whatever. But I think that's what you'll see in 2021 for sure.
So if you were to introduce somebody, or if you're trying to like hook somebody to come see one of your shows and you have one track to make them listen, what track is that going to be?
That's a tough one.
Isaac, you first.
Isaac,
I think we all differ.
I think that's if it was just the track
that's out right now.
Well, yeah, I don't have anything else, Wyatt.
Correct. Okay, continue.
I don't live with you.
I think maybe I'd tell them to watch the video.
Is that right now?
I'd say watch the Fun and Games music video, because it would give us sort of decent idea of the energy that we kind of bring to the show. And if you don't like that, well, you just might not like us.
Yeah.
This one's for all the lovers, hand in hand with one another, living in this world of sin. Let the fun and games begin.
What do you think? What do you think's the song?
I would say Wasted Time. Wasted Time's always been my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, that is your favorite.
It's one of those ones that I can't listen to once. I have to replay it at least twice.
Right.
I don't know. The energy at like the end and the chorus is like got a great hook to it. Yeah, I would say that one's my favorite.
Oh, it was better than I'll ever know. Won't get a second chance. It's clearly evident. My whole life I've been walking on a thin line. The clock's been ticking. It's all just wasted time.
You sneak in one swear word. The entire EP is clean except for one F word in wasted time.
But
I
it's
know,
about
but
the
you know what?
passion.
That's what makes it though. That's what brings it, because you're listening to this clean cut thing the whole time, and then all of a sudden you see the E beside wasted time, and you're like, okay, like they haven't been doing that, but like let's see what's up. And then you listen to it, and then I think it smacks. I don't know what song I choose. I think I would say what really to me is like what I feel like we are is I'd say September Cigarettes. I really like that song because I think it has a really catchy riff. I think that there's a lot of dynamic musical changes. That's the word I'm looking for. I think it's pretty dynamic, and I think it's catchy, and I think that it's got good rhythm to it.
Myself that it gets better. Mama was right, they change like the weather. Oh, 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 oh. I don't recognize what I once remembered. Time of change, the month of September.
Great song.
I mean, I think you guys got robbed in 2020 like a lot of bands, but the EP, Squid Life Crisis, is so tight all the way through, and I'm sad to hear it doesn't get the appreciation that it deserves. So for anybody watching this, go listen to Squid Life Crisis all the way through. Apparently listen to Wasted Time twice. Go ahead. And yeah, like again, thank you guys so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Gillian, as always, being our resident booker and awesome person.
I miss you guys so much.
I want you guys
Yeah,
to
Gillian.
I would like you to shout out any other local bands like you can't wait to play with again, or we should be checking out their music. And then I want you to choose one of your songs to play us out on.
Oh. Oh.
You can fight each other.
Oh.
I don't care.
Okay. Local bands. I definitely want to see Fox Run because I haven't played with them yet. Love Evan. Rosewood again. We only got to do them once. 13 going on 30. I want to check out. I've listened to a couple of their songs, but haven't really seen them live or anything.
They're in real live. They're awesome live.
Yeah,
Man.
they sound like
Yeah.
big energy. Who else? Seaway again.
It is on one of my bills.
Oh, really? I want to play.
Yeah.
I want to play with. I don't even know. I think we're just saying who we want to play with now locally. But that's what it's turned into. I really want to play with Cousin Jack, really bad. Yeah, Mount Mural, Fox Run, High Dives a lot. I saw them cover Alkaline Trio one time, and I fell in love with them because I love Alkaline Trio. Okay, yo, there's this band in Guelph. Mark my words. We love them. Their names, and make sure this makes the cut. God damn it! There's this band called Excuse Me. They're from Guelph.
They're so good.
We love them. We love them. We have friendly banter with them sometimes on social media. They're great guys. They're absolutely fantastic. Excuse Me has to be. I'm gonna even speak for all of us. I'm gonna say number one. Like they are up there. And then
planned on playing with them like over a year ago.
but then COVID, it happened. And then a song to play us out. You can choose. No, because he's just gonna choose Wasted Time. And
It's a great track.
It is a great track. But let's have Isaac choose the outro track that he would want to hear.
Let's do Overthinking.
Overthinking. Yeah. Overthinking.
Awesome. So here is Overthinking by Ink. Check them out on Instagram. Don't even worry about looking at their Facebook because there's nothing there. But you guys have one of the most interesting Instagram accounts I have ever seen. It is a source of great entertainment. So everybody check out Ink the Band on Instagram. Here's
Thank
overthinking.
you.
Guys, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Woo.
Bye.
This ship is sinking. I'm starting to think that we're overthinking everything. We won't act our age. I'm starting to think that our lives will change.